Hey guys, it's me, Corman, and today I'm here with a video that I feel like needs to happen. It's very important, and it's very important to me that this narrative gets out here for all the people who are witnessing the drama go on. Originally, I had intentions to upload a Monster Hunter versus Pokemon video and how those two franchises rivaled up, but then some things happened, and in one day it all kind of went to crap, if I could just say that. This is an entirely unscripted video. I'm just going to drop whatever I can here. I'm not going to bring any facts. It's all going to be just an opinion-based video, or like a viewpoint video if you must. But I'm sure you are all aware on how much Monster Hunter means to me. And if you can tell, like, I'm struggling really hard to do this video. Like, I didn't want to do it, but it has to be done. You all know how much Monster Hunter means to me as a whole. I talk about it all the time. I play the game all the time. I probably have like over 1,000 hours, maybe 1,500 hours as a whole collectively in all the games, just playing them. Like that's a lot of hours, and it means a lot to me, this entire game. Recently, at E3 for Sony, a new Monster Hunter game was revealed called Monster Hunter Worlds. Now, this game, according to Capcom, is supposed to appeal to the Western audience in order to, like, I guess, showcase the game off more. Sounds good to me, but I'll get into that later. So, Monster Hunter Worlds, it's a game that's going to be on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, I'm assuming the new one they showed off at E3, and PC. So, PC users will get to have a Monster Hunter game as well, even though they had Frontier. Before you go ahead and accuse me of being salty, I want you to know that there are people who take this crap very seriously, and there are people who think the crap you take is not serious at all. If you think that someone or the things they believe in aren't, like, important, then they can think just as well that the stuff you believe isn't important either. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that there. If it didn't make any sense, I'll go ahead and shorten it and make it easier for you. What that basically means is don't judge everyone's viewpoints, because obviously people are going to have different views, and I can respect people with different views. That was just a full disclaimer before I drop this. So obviously I didn't mention that this game was coming for the newest Nintendo console, the Switch. More on that later. The reason why I'm making this video is not because of Monster Hunter Worlds and because I think it's going to be a bad game. I'm making this video because the Nintendo fan of Monster Hunter just got screwed in the span of one day, and you cannot deny that. If you already are getting ready to just dislike this video, then just click off of it. I don't give a crap. Just literally get off of this video if that just made you cringe, and then you're going ahead and going to go right, oh, what a salty Nintendo, then leave this video. I don't care. This is for the people who literally feel hurt and feel screwed over. I do not care about what is going on for you. If you want to get Worlds, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. No one is at this point. This is for the Nintendo fan that got screwed over. The reason why I feel we got screwed over was because of Generations and the sale ratio, and how Monster Hunter Double Cross was supposed to come over to the West, or how it felt like it should have come over to the West. Because Generations, it sold really well, 4.1 million plus units. That's really well. Now, I said I wasn't going to be a facts video when numbers are typically facts, but I just wanted to get that. So, typically when a Monster Hunter game sells good, like worldwide, it's supposed to come over here. Like, you'd think that would be something like that, or something along the lines of that, so Capcom could get more money, right? Well, they did do something. They got bankrolled by Sony, and Sony basically paid them to come back to their systems and to keep this off of Nintendo consoles. Now, people are saying, well, that's just a conspiracy theory. Look how much the Switch is selling. Look how frequently it is selling out, and just both worldwide and in Japan. Look at the sale numbers. It is evident that Sony had to do this. Otherwise, they would just get completely destroyed on sales. Bankrolling is a legitimate business tactic. I think it's scummy, but it's business. It's capitalism. You can't really do anything about it. Now, I'm not saying capitalism's evil or anything, but that's one of the few things about capitalism right there. So the Nintendo fan got screwed over, and they just announced this the other day. That Double Cross, they didn't have any plans for it. Now, that doesn't mean we aren't getting it, as the Monster Hunter official page just said on like Facebook or whatever social media site you're following. They didn't say they didn't have any plans for it, but they didn't say it was not coming over for us Nintendo users or for the West, but judging from the bomb they dropped on all of us, I'd just be ready, guys, and be ready to say that this game will not be coming over here. It's how it is. Now, there's some things I want to tell to the people who have had to deal with the people calling them salty, who have had to deal with backlash from being against this game, who have had to deal with the freaking Sony fanboys. Yeah, I'm calling you guys out. Who have had to deal with the ignorance that has plagued the Monster Hunter community over the past few days. And I'm here to tell you that you have every right to be angry. Do not let anyone tell you that you're just salty, or you just mad that this is going to Sony. Screw you. This is not about Sony. This is about Monster Hunter and what it means to the people who play on Nintendo consoles and who can't afford a freaking like $800 PC to play this game, or have to buy another console to play it. This isn't about that. And to the people who are freaking going around saying, oh, this is just salty Nintendrums, screw you on a serious level. Like, in all honesty, call this a rant video or whatever you want, or a more serious, lean-in rant video. And I know this video is probably going to get disliked to oblivion, but I'm ready. I've been in the Pokemon community, guys. I know what it's like to get some serious backlash, and I'm not afraid of this. I guess that's one thing that came out of being in the Pokemon community. But I just wanted to tell you guys, to all the people who have backed me on this entire track, because I'm not necessarily against Worlds. Like, it'd be unfair to judge a game too early, but from the looks, if you want my go-ahead insight of Worlds, it doesn't look like a true Monster Hunter game to me. After seeing a little bit of the gameplay, I know there's a stream coming for it, but it doesn't look like a true Monster Hunter game. Because here's where I look at it. I'm sorry if I'm going speechless. I don't have any like script or anything, and this has been a really past rough few days. I know the Nintendo E3 was good, but this has been a past rough few days with this game. And it just doesn't look like a Monster Hunter game to me. Not because it's on a different system. It's because they're trying to appeal to the Western audience. And that's where I feel like that's going to be bad. Because Monster Hunter as a whole, it has a very Japanese, like Asian-esque type of feel. And when you try to take that away from it, you literally don't have Monster Hunter. In my honest opinion, that isn't Monster Hunter. Appealing and like having a graphical appeal over a gameplay feel, that just doesn't feel like Monster Hunter. And I feel that we Nintendo fans got screwed over because we gave Monster Hunter a home like after their near collapse on Sony systems. Now people are going to say, "Oh, well, Portable Third had the highest like sale ratio," and it did. I did my research when I was making the Monster Hunter versus Pokemon video. Portable Third, I believe, has 5.3 million units or 4.9 million units. I don't know. It was somewhere around that area, and it's the leading score. However, this is a bit misleading, in my honest opinion, because despite it having the largest sale ratio, there's some things we're forgetting here. In that game, it was a remake of another game. I'm sure you all know it. Monster Hunter Tri. What system did Tri come out on? Oh, I'm pretty sure it came out on the Wii. If it weren't for Tri, Portable Third wouldn't exist. One of the highest selling Monster Hunter games would not exist if not for Tri. Now, obviously, after Portable Third, there was Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. That game didn't really sell as well. But there's a reason to that one. And I'm going to cover that in a minute in another segment as well on why I think this is a punch to everyone, like, just in general. Another reason why Portable Third sold well, it was because it was portable. Monster Hunter Worlds will not be portable whatsoever because it's not going to be on the Switch, and and I'm pretty sure a laptop isn't going to be able to run this unless you had like a high-end powered laptop. And even then, lugging around laptops is not ideal. Monster Hunter Portable Third sold well because of the title, actually. Portable. Portable Monster Hunter games sell better than ones that are purely dedicated on the console. And that is a proven fact. Just look at the sales. Like, Freedom Unite sold well, Portable Third sold well, 4 Ultimate sold well, 3 Ultimate on the 3DS sold well. Note I said 3DS, not Wii U. Generations sold well. Even Double Cross sold well in Japan. So, I just don't get it how you're going to go away from the Nintendo consoles that have made you good and you're just going to blow it all. Like, I don't understand that. The Switch was your console to work on and you completely blow it. Like, you screwed over almost all the Nintendo fans. Now, I've been called the things all of you have been called. I've been called Salty Nintendrone. I've been called Salty Fanboy, ignorant. Like, I know how it feels, guys. You aren't alone when going up against these people. It's there. The reason I wanted to make this video was to tell you guys that you aren't alone in this whatsoever, and how we got screwed over, and my thoughts on Monster Hunter Worlds. It may be me rambling on and on and on, but I just feel like it needs to be done because this franchise has given me everything I could have imagined. It's given me amazing people who I've met. It's made me, like, it's helped me get through a lot of my school years too. Like, I could just go on a personal level about this game whenever I played 3 Ultimate the first time. Obviously, the first game I ever played was the Monster Hunter 1 on the PlayStation. I didn't like it, and I never wanted to pick up another Monster Hunter game ever again just because of how bad the first one was. Like, people are and that's another like fallacy I'll get into later. But people were saying that. Actually, let me go on to something else here. Monster Hunter 1 was not good, and it nearly made me drop the entire franchise as a whole. But whenever I went back and picked up 3 Ultimate, it rejuvenated my experience in the games. And it did that for a lot of people. There were a lot of people who dropped the ball whenever it was still on Sony, and then like they came back after it was on a Nintendo console. Like the game, here's what drives me crazy. People are saying that it had a large community at the end of the PlayStation's lifetime. That I don't believe is true, because even though Portable Third is the best-selling game, those numbers didn't get to the point where they are until a certain capped limit. Like there's no more brand new copies of Portable Third out there. All the copies of Portable Third you're going to get now are either like pre-used or used or brand new, but then people are selling them. Generations and 4 Ultimate still have room to grow, and they're at 4.1 million units now. People can still buy them. So those 2 games could surpass like Portable Third. Like the rejuvenation I felt whenever I played this game, or 3 Ultimate at least, not when referring to this game, was that this game feels better. It's not glitchy, it's not too hard, it's not too easy, but it's the right difficulty. It's a fair kind of difficult. It's not the unfair difficult you'd get like when there's like 8 million Bullfangos in one area and you can't attack. It's a challenge. And that's why I felt like it was a rejuvenating feel to at least have a challenge, but not let it be impossible. And I met one of my best friends in 3 Ultimate. Like a lot of you, I mentioned him a few times, and you've seen me collab with him a few times back when I did Monster Hunter Road to Glory. Nick's one of my best friends. I met him in 3 Ultimate. Just to see Monster Hunter leave us like this, if they don't announce, I mean, obviously we have Stories coming later this year, but Stories is a spin-off. It isn't a true core Monster Hunter game. And as good as Stories is going to be, it's just not a real Monster Hunter game. We got screwed over from a true Monster Hunter game because Capcom just had to go for money. Like, there's one thing I want to be made clear right now. It's not Monster Hunter's fault. It's not Nintendo's fault. Heck, it's not even... I guess you could say it's not even Sony's fault in the way in this regard. However, there is one thing at fault here, and it is Capcom. To sit back and go for more cash and betray your loyal fans on that console, or on the Nintendo consoles, is just downright sickening in a way that I can't even process. Like, I feel it and I see it, but it's just hard for me to accept that happened. I don't want to believe it just happened. And a lot of you have been seeing me go on back and forth with people about how I feel like this was betrayal, and then a lot of people are saying, oh, this isn't betrayal. This is betrayal. And to all the people who are watching from the perspective where you've been betrayed, this is betrayal. Do not let anyone tell you this isn't. You have a right to feel that this is. No one is forcing. No one should force their beliefs upon you. You are feel free to feel this. Do not feel pressured because people are going around calling you a salty Nintendo drone or a like, salty fanboy. Don't be scared. There's no reason to be scared. Look, I'm doing this video. It's at like 20 minutes now. And I'm going to get backlash for this. I'm going to get 1 million dislikes. And I'm probably going to lose a bunch. No, I'm not. I'm not going to lose a bunch of subscribers. I only have like 26. But I'm going to get a lot of dislikes. I know that. I'm ready for it. Look at some of my old videos on this channel. I've gotten a bunch of dislikes before. We can't be afraid to give our opinions on worlds. All of you need to have, like, that backbone. This is tough. Like, doing this without a ranting video without a script is really tough, and you, like, ramble on a lot. But we all need to have that backbone where we aren't afraid to get criticized. Look, I've been criticized a bunch of times now. And the people who've been doing the criticisms, yeah, they're rude. Like, who cares though? There's going to be rude people all around in the community now. Like, it's amazing how quickly the Monster Hunter community descended just after, like, 1 or 2 days. I don't remember what happened. I do remember one thing, though. Like, my birthday was just a few days ago. 3 days ago, actually. And then they revealed this game. I was just like, this is awful. Like, I don't know what to feel about this. We actually just got screwed over. Anyways, Monster Hunter Double Cross, the game that was supposed to come over to us, most likely on the Switch. I'd just be ready, guys. We're probably not going to get it. If we do get it, that would be amazing, but just be prepared for the worst if, like, we aren't. I want to tell you all that even if we don't get Double Cross for an English version of the Switch, there is a way to import the Japanese version. It's just you're going to have a harder time reading things. Luckily, there are some people who feel that Nintendo got screwed out on this deal, and then they're helping us make a translation guide. So there's still some people out there who are trying to help. Like, do not feel down, because there are people out there who have your same viewpoint. I have your same viewpoint. And that's why I wanted to make this video about. I wanted to encourage people that despite, even if you were called salty, or even if you were, like, even if you did like let a little bit of your emotions run a little too wild, you are not alone, and you have every right to be pissed off. And that's the point of the video I wanted to get across. Now, I've lost a lot of respect for people that will not be named. I'm sure you all know who I'm talking about. But or a person who won't be named. I'm pretty sure you all know who I'm talking about. And this person believes that we Nintendo fans did not get betrayed. And this person believes that we should sit back and just not give a good reason at all and just go with the flow. And we should just agree with everything Capcom does. Like, stand right behind Capcom and just go with all the support for it. A lot of you may not know who I'm talking about. A few people may know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to call out names. That'd ruin the entire point of this video, because I'm addressing this towards true Nintendo fans. Yeah, that was a shot. But I have lost a lot of respect for some people. But in that lost respect, I've gained a lot of respect from all the people who have backed me throughout this entire thing. Like, I've never gotten this much support before. Whenever this game announced, and I went around everywhere saying, "Oh, this is a bad idea." I got torn up by multiple people. I have been torn up, but on that same level of being like ripped to shreds when saying Nintendo fans got screwed over or you screwed over a huge chunk of your fan base, Capcom, and I got torn up. There were people who were supportive. And the ones who are watching this video, I want to give you a sincere thank you for that. Like, you guys are the best. I don't know what I would have done without you guys not not showing your support. And I do appreciate that. Now, there's one more point I want to go over in this video, and that's about I don't know if I want to do this one or not. This is going to be about the future of the Monster Hunter community. As you all know, I have said time and time again that the Monster Hunter community is one of the best communities I have been a part of in my history of gaming. Like, I've been a part of some communities, but Monster Hunter probably is ranked up there with the best one, or as the best one. The only problem before Worlds got announced was elitists, people who thought they were good at the game, just are really good at the game, and they had to go around and tell people they were bad. That was the only issue Monster Hunter had. There were no cheaters, there was no people being mean to each other, mainly because it's more of a co-op based game and it's not competitive whatsoever. It's more just playing with people. Monster Hunter Worlds destroyed the Monster Hunter community. Hear me out before, well, if you've made it this far into the video, I'm pretty sure you're already hearing me out, but hear me out on this one. Since the release of this game, there has not been as much backlash for Generations releasing, or 4 Ultimate releasing, or 3 Ultimate releasing. There hasn't been this much backlash at all. Now all of a sudden, when Worlds gets announced, and this isn't making it about Sony or anything, it's about it moving. Ever since this game got released, we've had so many people making reaction videos to the quote-unquote salt of the Monster Hunter community. It's not salt, people, it's general concern. There's a difference between salt and generally concern for the game you once knew. That's what I feel the issue is. And people are, it's starting to become multiple factions in the community now. It's you're either pro Monster Hunter Worlds, you're either anti-Monster Hunter Worlds, you're either right there in the middle and you don't give a crap. Honestly, in my honest eyes, I don't think there's an in the middle. You either have a side or, what do you have? It's kind of like politics in a way, if you think about it. But this, I knew the Monster Hunter community for being good. This, in my honest opinion, destroyed whatever I had left, or whatever hope I had left for the community. It's split. It's split right down the middle. There's people arguing back and forth, on Facebook, Twitter, all these other social media sites, Discord chats, group chats. You'll find it everywhere. This is the end all for the Monster Hunter community. And I just don't see how it's going to be able to recover from this. Because one comparison I make to the Pokemon community and the Monster Hunter community is that one's really large and one's really small. Even though the Pokemon community is large and people are always constantly arguing, factions work in the Pokemon community because it's so large. Factions don't work in the Monster Hunter community because it's so small. It's getting bigger, but it's way too small. And if people take factions, it's just going to self-implode on itself. It already did self-implode on itself, as far as I'm aware. So many people making reactions to Salt videos and, oh, this and that. It's awful, and I can't believe this once great community is now on the verge of self-collapsing. And I just can't believe that everything that Monster Hunter stood for is about to come like to a screeching halt. This is not about this video. I think I've used too much time here, so I'm gonna end it on this point. I might make a part 2 if this does like get popular and if it does catch traction. But I want to make this video, and on this final closing statement to the Nintendo fans, we all got screwed over, guys, and we all got kicked in the gut. But know that you are not alone. There are people out there who support the statements you have. It may seem like that you're the salty Nintendrome, or they try to make you look like that. No, you literally legitimately have a valid reasoning. You have a valid reasoning. Do not let people think you don't, because you do. And that's the final statement I'm going to leave with you guys here. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment. And to the people who are going to just dislike and leave a negative comment, go ahead. I don't care. I've been in the Pokemon community before. And if you think a negative comment or a dislike is going to scare me, I'm not scared whatsoever. I have 26 subscribers. I have nothing to lose. Anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed my 30 plus minute rant session on Full Detail. And I hope you all have a nice day. Peace out, guys.